quantum, man. I saw the whole quantum field.
So you're going to want to go ahead and go get your bong for this one. Go ahead, I'll give you a minute. This kind of multitasking is too much for me already to think about. It's just going to be doing everything all at once. I don't really understand quantum computing. It kind of makes me upset. That makes sense, right? Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of the Evening Goose. I'm your host as always, Andrew Ginsberg. I'm a former tech employee turned stand-up comedian. Now I'm spending all my time breaking down the latest tech news in a way that's fun, informative, interesting, and brief. And in tonight's Goose, we're taking off with Microsoft's new groundbreaking chip. And no, we're not talking about a new Doritos Locos type nacho cheese chip. We're talking about a quantum chip, baby. Get with the times, read the news. Quantum chips are in, tortilla chips are out. And before we take off tonight, if you enjoy these deep dives, just do me a favor, like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. It helps me out a lot. It makes me feel like I have a reason for getting out of bed in the morning. All right. Before we get into Microsoft's chip, let's simplify what quantum really means. I think quantum's a term that's thrown around a lot these days. It's like, dude, I was shrooming out and everything became quantum, man. I saw the whole quantum field. Like, I know everybody has their own definitions of quantum, but I think for the purpose of this brief, we should have our own definition here on the Evening Goose of what quantum means in the context of this video. So let's simplify it. So in science, quantum refers to the tiniest pieces of energy and matter. This is like the building blocks of everything that's around us. Think of it like a box of crayons. Each crayon has their own individual color. And when you look at them one at a time, you can paint, if you pick up a red crayon, you could draw a nice little red stupid stick figure or something. I don't know. What do you draw with a crayon? I don't know. Nobody ever made great art with a crayon. I don't think. I don't really know though. What do I know, right? I'm just a hillbilly. But if you have a whole box of crayons, then you could paint sort of a big, colorful masterpiece. And just like that one crayon that always goes missing, quantum particles have a mind on their own. So you're going to want to go ahead and go get your bong for this one. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead. Take a second. Okay, you're good? Quantum mechanics tells us that these particles can be in more than one state at the same time. Kind of like how I can be sad, depressed, happy, angry, and full of existential dread all at the same time as soon as I open my eyes every morning. This phenomenon is called superposition. Very important to remember. It's like if your favorite crayon was both red and blue simultaneously until you picked it up and saw, and then it decides. It's like, no, I'm just going to be red. He's looking at me. I'm red now. But before you looked at it, before there was an observer, it was all the colors. That makes sense, right? Another key idea to remember is called entanglement. This means two particles can be connected so that if one changes, the other changes too. Just imagine this as two friends texting each other at the same time. You're both linked, you're nowhere near each other, but you're connected through the iMessage. Okay, now that we've got some basics laid out, and I'll put some more links to things you can read up on if you're really interested in the fundamentals of quantum physics, let's talk about Microsoft's new quantum chip. That's what we're here to talk about today. Now, normally a computer chip uses bits, those zeros and ones that are simple, like an on-off switch. But Microsoft's chip uses qubits, which can be both 0 and 1 at the same time because of what we talked about, superposition. The chip uses a special design called topological qubits. In plain language, these qubits are engineered to be more resistant to errors. Early tests showed that this chip can keep its quantum state for much longer than previous designs, which is a huge win for stability and scalability. Plus, it's part of Microsoft Azure's quantum ecosystem. That means in the future, developers can tap into this power over the internet to solve really tough problems, like keeping our digital secrets safe, finding the best routes for your pizza delivery, and modeling complex systems, whether that's modeling the weather or modeling why I always seem to spill my coffee as soon as I walk out of the store with it. For the tech enthusiasts out there, this chip uses advanced error correction methods. Picture it like a superhero safety net that catches little mistakes before they turn into a full-blown disaster. Quantum systems are incredibly sensitive. Even a tiny vibration or a slight temperature change can throw them off. That's why engineers use special cooling systems to keep everything extremely cold. Almost as cold as my Uncle Gary's Coors Lights after the Patriots lost. So why is this important? And more importantly, why is this cool? With a chip that can perform complex calculations in seconds, quantum computing isn't just about speeding things up. It's about solving problems our current computers can only dream of. Quantum computers use something called quantum parallelism. Since qubits can be in multiple states at once, a quantum chip can explore many possible solutions simultaneously, instead of one at a time. This is going to be incredibly useful in practicality. In drug discovery, scientists could simulate molecular interactions at lightning speed, potentially leading to new medicines. In logistics, it could optimize delivery routes by crunching huge amounts of data in a blink. We've seen this with the Domino's Pizza Tracker app. And in cryptology, it could both bolster security and test encryption methods far beyond what today's computers can. In short, quantum computing isn't just faster, it's just a whole new way of approaching problems, potentially transforming fields from medicine to urban planning, even the way we secure our digital lives. To lighten things up, when I first heard about quantum computing, I joked that my computer might get confused by trying to do too many things at once. Imagine if I'm trying to set up a calendar reminder to remind myself to call a friend, but it's also at the same time suggesting that I eat something or make my favorite snack. This kind of multitasking is too much for me already to think about. It's just going to be doing everything all at once. I don't really understand quantum computing. It kind of makes me upset. So what's next? This technology could revolutionize entire industries. Imagine quantum computers helping to design new drugs faster than ever, optimizing transportation networks to reduce traffic jams or make the subway less like the worst place on the entire planet I've ever been in my entire life, or even keeping our digital communications secure against future cyber threats. Microsoft isn't just tinkering with a chip. They're laying the groundwork for a whole new era of computing that will change how we solve some of the toughest challenges in science and everyday life. Every breakthrough in this field brings us one step closer to a future where complex simulations, smart optimizations, and incredible innovations become part of our daily reality. If you enjoyed this deep dive into quantum world and had a laugh along the way, please hit that like button, subscribe. And if you haven't already, drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Your feedback is the fuel that keeps us flying at night, baby. I'm Andrew Ginsberg, and this has been the Evening Goose. Stay curious. Until next time.